Alright, so this is going to be a little talk on the book list, on the personal MBA list. Yeah, so the personal MBA. Now, I first heard about the personal MBA from the podcast Thomas Frank's College Info Geek. And with this podcast, I guess with this personal MBA, I first delved into it when I was getting into a uh, startup competition, and I just wanted to know a rundown of, I guess, parts of what it takes to get into business. I guess now the personal MBA is a book itself that kind of references other books in terms of different sections of of a MBA. So marketing, management, finance, things like that. And I guess I want to try and get through this book list initially to, I guess, add value to my skill set. I do find that, like, trying to learn this at uni, you spend a lot more time, I guess, answering questions, assignments, exams, preparing for this, preparing for that, without necessarily knowing why you're learning it or why you should learn it, or even initially, I guess, uh, I guess why you should learn it. I guess like the personal MBA, when I read through it for the finance section, it kind of just jotted down in simple terms parts of what it takes in business, right? And the interesting thing about this book is it references other books from different authors that like cover different topics of business itself. Now, I'm not going to be sure if I'm going to go through the whole list, maybe, but I'll try and get through the list. I wrote some notes here because I try to keep this structured somehow, but eventually it took me like 4 hours of procrastination and it really got nowhere, so I just ended up recording this. So, yeah. So I wrote a personal selection of world into business. So I guess in a sense it's interesting to say that, like, unless you do a business degree, and even when you do a business degree, you only have to pick two majors at my uni. And that's only part of those majors. You don't specialize. It's a bit unfortunate at a undergraduate level, but I guess it's kind of like they want to give you a taste for what's going on. The only problem with this approach is that in education it costs maybe 25, 30, up to $100,000 or K. So it's an expensive try, I guess. And doing the personal MBA list will allow me to like do it at a reduced cost. I'll get to dip my toe into like learning what it takes to get into business, I guess. And I guess it comes from a diverse set of authors and perspectives. And yeah, I wrote, personally think there is a lot more gain for human degree. I definitely agree with that. I do think that, like, if I go through this book list instead of going for a degree, that I would probably learn a lot more. I might not have the credentials to prove that I learn a lot more, but I'm trying to get through that by doing this blog, I guess. So, a vlog. So, yeah. I guess the next thing is simplifies the business concepts into the main points without the fluff. Now, I've been in uni for about a year or a year and a half, maybe perhaps a little bit longer here and there, part time. And I can definitely say that they throw a lot of content at you, like so much to the point that it becomes a skill to actually avoid and ignore certain things that they say. Um, Especially in business school, maybe not so much, but I mean, in business school, it's not quite black and white of what's said, and especially in accounting, it's kind of like you have to know the law of why these numbers and things are set in a certain way, but at the same time, you have to do the number crunching. And yeah, I mean, they bring case studies and a whole book of various examples, but you're basically wasting your time reading that because you won't get marked on it for one, and even if you try to expand your learning on there, you got to be really efficient with your time. So quite simply, you're better off practicing the number sets rather than knowing why you should learn that stuff. I guess the last part is information comes from a diverse set of people. Now, this book list has about 99 books, and I can quite trust that it's quite diverse and comes from different skill sets and groups and different people or authors, and they have their different own opinions and experiences. And I'm a high advocate for reading in general just to expand your knowledge. And yeah, I mean, going for the personal MBA list is going to be quite an experience. It's on top of my learning how to learn book list. And, maybe I'll stick to it. Maybe I'll read other books along the way. I'll keep you updated. But yeah, I mean, I'll think this will be an interesting experience. I'll take notes and maybe write some summaries, maybe on my blog or website. Still need to get that up, but yeah, I mean, it should be quite an experience. And yeah, I mean, if you want to follow me through my journey through this, like, subscribe, all the social medias and stuff. I'll probably get something to reply back to, but yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll keep you posted. Alright. See you in the next one.